All right, if order price is less than 1,000, no discount. Yeah. Okay, so let's do the unit price first. This one is use VLOOKUP to look up the unit price in the price list. And the price list we've seen happens to be called price list. So we don't actually have to worry about the fact it's on another page. We can just do equals VLOOKUP. Whoops, I missed. Look up, open bracket then. Bring up the function palette. Looking up the product name in price list. Could go to the other page and get it, select it, but it's too long. It's a pain. 2, and you should hit false. Type false. And the reason we're doing that is because we have a whole bunch of names here. Things that are text, not numbers, we'll find better if we have exact matches. So hit OK. Bring it down. We now know the quantity and the price, so we can very easily do equals this times this. Even if we didn't know the unit price, there's nothing stopping you from doing equals this empty cell times this empty cell. Do it anyway. Okay, same here. We don't know what the discount is, but we can do equals the order price minus the discount amount. It's fine, just the way it is. Now we have to do the discount. And it seems to want us to do a nested if. So I'm going to do it once as a nested if and once as a VLOOKUP, and it'll be fun. Nested ifs are not at all difficult because no matter what function you're doing, you can click in the brackets between and move to the next section in the function palette. So we're going to do equals if, open a bracket, if the order price is less than $1,000, they get butt kiss, so they get 0 for a discount. If that's not true, then they'll go to the next, click in there, and we say if this order price is less than or less than 2,500, 1,000, then they get 1% discount. And you can actually do 1% here if you would prefer. And another if. And pull that. There we go. So logical test is if the unit price is less than. We did 25. Now we're doing 5,000. If that's true, they get a 2.5. So 2.5%. And if it's false, if, open a bracket, click in the brackets, and now our logical test is if the unit price is less than 7,500, no, less than 10,000. 1, 2, 3. If it's less than 10,000, their discount, and this is the actual amount of the discount, is 5%. And otherwise, it's going to be 7.5%. We're going to get an error. We don't care. We just say yes. All right, so we have order price, we have discount. This is just telling us the discount amount, which is not exactly what we want. Oh, we got to put these down too. Otherwise, everything's under. Okay, that's not what we want, and that's where a lot of people stop during tests. I think people's brains just stop working. So anyway, fix it. You can have another column and you can do this times that in another column, but it's just as easy. So you go to the end of this whole mess and put times order price. And we can bring both of those down. Oh, okay, fine. And this one at a time. There we go. Okay, now keep in mind that it's a test, and probably someplace in the instructions it will say that even if you're not told to, you should format numbers and so on appropriately. Is this fun going down and finding the whole thing? No. If you have control and down and your buttons work properly on your mouse, you can just do it. But if you don't, you can select just the letters at the top and hit comma style. All we need there. Okay, it doesn't matter how far down you go. Okay, and similarly, I believe we want a gradients color scale. So we're doing conditional format, data bars, or color scale. Let's go with the color scales. And anyone. And honestly, if you chose data bars or color scales, you would get perfect in this case. If I ask you for an icon set, you choose an icon set. Okay, so data bars, I'm going with gradient. Fill. There we go. Little wee numbers, and that's because some orders are humongous. Okay, sorry about my stupid dogs. My husband must be home. Hopefully that means my breaks are done. Control, function, and home. No, control home, function home. Nothing works. I don't like that. I want my laptop to behave just the same as my computer does, and it doesn't. Okay, so that's that. And now the last thing, and this is going to work this time, I hope, is to create a pivot table to show the average after discount. So we're working with this by product category. Okay, and then we want to add slicers for region and customer segment. So click anywhere in the table and go to Insert Pivot Table, or you can go to Recommended Pivot Tables if you prefer. If we're going to Recommended, you go to Order by Product Category, product category. Is the one we want. Let's see. That looks like product category to me. And may not match the, let's hope. Looks closer than it did before, doesn't it? That's better. Okay, this is category. And sum of unit price is fine. I'm going to, comma, and the grand total there. That's beautiful. That's a pivot table. Okay, so let's go back here. Oh, I forgot something on that one. First of all, we need to change it to, so we've got product category. Product name should not be checked. It's just product category. And what we have over here, why do we have product category? Yes, this is good. Okay, and this one we want to go to value field, change it to average. And we still have, it's working, let's not question it. Okay, everything is working fine and we are good. Now we want a slicer for region, I believe. So click anywhere in there, pivot table analyze, and we need a slicer for region. Let's have a look at the question again. Region and customer segment. Which page was that? Sheet 1. There it is. Okay, so another slicer. Oh, we gotta be on there. Pivot table, analyze, insert slicer. Come on, there we go. Customer segment. There we go. And you can move that any way you would like. I tend to resize them so they're all the same. And I also tend to get rid of the view grid lines ticky box, because you can turn this. This is a start of a very good and very functional dashboard. So first of all, I'm going to insert a row there that I can resize to put it more on the middle of the page. Get rid of that. And now we can see how it works. So if we only want to see the consumer segment, now we've got corporate, home office, small business. And we can see just Ontario, or we can see Ontario versus Alberta or Quebec. Any of these will work. Timelines are if you have a date field, then you can use insert timeline or whatever it is. I think it's timeline. Let's go look. So click on here, pivot table, analyze, yes, timeline, and timeline lets you put in any date field. If you don't have a date field, you don't get to put in a timeline. Not hard. Right? Right. So this is a good start to a good dashboard if we were working just with the orders, but there's lots more we could do with that. Okay, for now, let's just keep going. So I'm going to